The new XG321UG Mini LED 32-inch 4K panel from ViewSonic blurs the lines between gaming and professional monitors. Gamers will enjoy super smooth gameplay due to its 144Hz refresh rate and integrated NVIDIA G-Sync Ultimate and Reflex technology, VESA Display HDR 1400, and super black levels due to the 1152 Mini LED backlighting zones. While industry professionals can edit content with peace of mind due to 10-bit processing, 98% DCI P3 color gamut, and 99% Adobe RGB. To see why the XG321UG is the perfect dual-purpose monitor, follow the link in the description below. We've done unboxing videos in the past when new families of cards come out. In fact, when the 30 series card launched, we did an unboxing. I got like 2 million views in day one, which was really weird, but that's because it was all new design. Everyone was super excited about Ampere and how price and performance was gonna be great and stuff. This unboxing here actually is gonna serve a bit of a purpose because this, with the exception of the 3090, this is gonna be the first time that you might not have enough space to fit the card. So we're gonna take a little trip down memory lane. This is the GTX 1080 Ti Pascal Card right here. This was like, this was like the first time we'd seen the Founders Edition cooler, and it was so nice looking. Pretty standard size, nothing too special about it. 250 watt TDP card. This is a 2070 Super. It's a little, obviously it's not a 2080, but it's the exact same dimension, same cooler design and all that. Stay. Stay.
It's back heavy.
It is really back heavy versus those cards. Anyway, can't script this, folks. This is the way the 2080 looked. It was a whole new design, so it didn't cool the greatest for a 2080 and 2080 Ti, but there were no 90 cards yet because of the Titan taking that place. But the Titan was the exact same dimensions as this guy right here. So I don't have a 3090 Founders Edition card. That's in my system at home, and I wasn't gonna take it apart because it's in the Inwin 925 with the riser, which is all kind of a pain in the ass to take apart. But this was the 3080. This was the all new Ampere Founders Edition design with the blow through cooler, and the 2070 just moved again. Everyone absolutely loved this design. It looked great. And the 3090 was just a little bit bigger. But overall, compared to these guys, you can see it's pretty much the same. It's a 2-slot card, standard height, fairly standard length of about 11.5 inches. I giggled, you know why I giggled. But what I need to show you now, this is a 3090 Strix. This is when things started becoming like, you know, size is starting to become a concern for people. As you can see behind it, that's a little, I mean, look at this. Look at this. This is crazy. But we already know about this card. There's nothing special here. Nick, we're gonna have to redesign these stands for these big cards because obviously, clearly not gonna work for the new. Anyway, I'm probably not gonna be able to use that because we have our hands on the 4090s. Well, we have two to look at today. We have the 4090 Founders Edition card and the all new ROG Strix card. Dude, these are heavy. I ordered a scale. I wonder if on some watch list, because I ordered a scale, some Ziploc baggies, razor blade, and a mirror. No, I'm just kidding. I only ordered the scale. I've been watching a lot of Breaking Bad lately, okay? This is already open. We opened it up and took a look at it, because I was like, who cares about unboxings these days? But in terms of the size, it's something that I think you need to be concerned with, because this is freaking ridiculous. And that's not even like the biggest one, to be honest. Let's just start by comparing it to the 3080. So in terms of girth, and you know what's funny is compared to a 3090, and I kind of wish I had brought mine, but I didn't. It is thicker and longer. It's got this weird kind of a curvature to it, which is not, so it's not exactly the same. They sort of made it a little more angular. Dude, in terms of weight, it's significantly bigger and heavier. What I do kind of like though, is if we compare the power plug, and we'll get some close-ups of this. They rotated it. So no longer does it have this weird kind of comes out at a 45-degree angle facing long ways. It's now perfectly perpendicular and parallel to the PCB, which will make it easier to kind of like, as it's mounted, to route it up behind and stuff. So that's kind of a nice thing to see. Fun fact though, if you want to talk about build quality, we have a wobbly fan. Yeah, our 3080 doesn't wobble. I guess that one does wobble a little bit, but yeah, we got ourselves the wobbly edition. The exact same super delicate fins that you would find. This one's bent. But it is important to point out, these are like first production run samples. So a lot of folks always wonder like, why don't you ever give away your founders cards and stuff? Well, people ask me, I want to give away like my entire life, apparently. But no, these are early, like the first runs off of the manufacturing line. But anyway, the exact same sort of a bronzy color that you would find with the 30 series cards. If you compare it to the 3090 Strix though, Strix is definitely a longer card, just as tall, just as thick. Actually 4090 is thicker. 4090 is a true triple slot with the triple slot bracket. So this should actually not sag too badly because of the fact that it is all tied into the bracket, which is something that I pointed out with a lot of manufacturers. But in terms of weight, the Strix is still definitely lighter than the 4090. Okay, so there's that. Let's take a look at the new Strix card though, because that's the one I'm actually curious about. I really liked this design for the Strix. I really did. I'm curious as to this new blocky look. How is it? Is it gonna be a little bit plain? I don't know, there's kind of every single manufacturer in AIB redesigned their card appearances from the ground up. Look, the box is bulging. There's like bulges on it. It's very erect. Oh my God. Jeez. Oh my God. What the actual frick? This is what happens when you put the wattage of an entire PC into a card. What the hell is this?
I can't.
Okay.
Dude, I thought that was a 3080.
What the hell? Dude.
I think I'm gonna have to do
It's like, how can we put this to scale? Well, there's a PS5 for you. What the hell is this? Look at this stuff. Look at the bracket.
Why is it a 2-slot bracket? A2, why?
Dude, look at this compared to the like compared to the other Strix, which was already so big and overpowered. I gotta see what else comes in the box here in a second. It's like a boom box. I feel like I'm in the 90s walking around with a boom box on my shoulder. Don't get me wrong, it's cool looking, but like, the PCB only goes to here. They have that much overhang because they have to account for the stupid amount of cooling that they need to cool this like up to 600 watts. And this has gotta be more than 600 watts. I don't even know. All right, let's wait. We're gonna need to modify the design. I really wish that scale had come in. Like, I'm not even kidding, this is, oh dude, the laptop is so much lighter than the card. This card has to be like 7 pounds. It is a 10-keyless keyboard. To give you an idea of the size of this stupid thing, my iPhone.
Yeah, you're not gonna fit that in there.
Watch me. You can fit anything with enough willpower and a Dremel. I thought the Founders was a chunker. And we have a water-cooled 4090 coming too. But you know, here's the thing. It's just kind of like the other Founders. You know, the PCB isn't going to go any farther than this X. So the PCBs are pretty small, actually. It's just the coolers are massive to handle the amount of TDP that these cards, total board power, TBP, that these cards are able to draw. Up to 600 and probably even more with these bigger coolers. This PCB only goes to right here. So this is the PCB. So if you were to put a water block on this, which might actually be recommended given the just total power this thing can pull, it would fit in any conventional case. Unless they make a really long block, because, yeah, what's my first thought when I see this is just ultimate power! All of the NVIDIA, hate aside of the way that the practices are, you have to appreciate the performance these things are gonna be capable of. All right, so if we open up the clamshell here, what else do you get? There's a little pull out right here, and this is going to be your, the power adapter thing that we talked about that I highly recommend not using. I recommend having a power supply. Yeah, I mean, it's just ugly, first of all, because you're gonna have to have this going into your rig, right? So it's just gonna be like, you don't wanna put, I get worried about this plug, because see how they strengthened it right here with this kind of a fabric? You gotta bend it, that's a lot of stress on the connector. Look at that, it's actually wiggling. The whole connector wiggles. So be careful with that, honestly. ATX 3.0 power supplies, which I think are not scheduled to really hit the market till like January. I would highly recommend one of those. If you were gonna be getting a brand that, a lot of brands now are making replacement cables that have the 12 volt power that plug into their ATX 3.0 power supplies. Make sure it's designed to handle the wattage of a 4090. If you're getting a 4090, remember this is the only one available on the 12th. November is when we're gonna be seeing the 4080s and then the real 40s, or the fake 4070, 4080 card. In terms of the performance, like I said, if you are a performance fanboy, all company politics aside, these are gonna probably perform extremely well. We get a pouch of stuff. Thank you for purchasing an Asus card. Wait a minute. I don't, it's a phone holder is what it says. Sick. Yeah, just like I thought. It's the exact same 12 volt HR to 4 PCI Express cables. Some Velcro cable ties. That's the holder. Might not be tall enough, guys, for depending on your case. So it's intended to be like, yeah, I mean, you might need it, to be honest. So there you go. There's our unboxing and first look at the insanely massive. I mean, we've never seen a card with this kind of like TDP. Hold on. This right here is just a super basic Lee & Lee Land Cool type of chassis. Very common, actually. Lee & Lee has great value with their cases and airflow. So a lot of people will go with stuff like this. I don't know how else to, really translate this to you guys. I mean, to give you an idea, this is the other gargantuan Strix card, the 3090. You could do it. I mean, this was kind of like the benchmark before. Like, can it fit a Strix? Well, yes. Well, no, not anymore. Your case size matters more now than ever. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.